Almost
you keep ditching me is what happens.
Well, she keeps scaring me with this red Speedo that apparently I'm supposed to be wearing for the Men of Nauti Beach calendar. Hey all, this is Paul from Drums and Rums with the Backbeats Meets the Spirits. We're on another podcast episode here on location in Key West. Maybe I should move here now, but so we've got a chance to tape an episode. Hopefully you got a chance to check out the one we did with Neil Lindy, the organizer of the Key West Rum Festival. And our guest today is part of this Key West Rum Festival as well, but we first met through the Tampa Bay Rum Experience a couple months ago, and was great. We've been trying to catch up. We've been trying to tape this episode for a while, and where do we go? Almost
you keep ditching me is what happens.
Well, she keeps scaring me with this red Speedo that apparently I'm supposed to be wearing for the Men of Nauti Beach calendar. So, all right, so if you're watching this episode, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube and hit the like button there, ding. And also, if you're listening to this episode, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating, review, and follow this podcast episode on Apple Podcasts. We're also available on Spotify, Pandora as well. But you're probably listening, so you know what app you're listening to it on. But let's go ahead and give a big introduction here. Today, as I mentioned, I finally catch up with one of my naughty friends, the co-founder of Nauti Beach Rum, Jessica Samuels. Hey, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time is it.
In Key West, it doesn't matter.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Is that how the song goes?
It does.
So it was great finally catching up. Right?
I know. Small world. We're at the same place at the same time.
Exactly. So we're in location here, Heroes Bar.
Yeah.
Right. It's just what's the address here? We'll look off camera here.
I know. 6506. Oh, I'm glad she's good at charades. This is Simonton, I believe. No.
Southard.
There you go.
Oh.
506. There we go. I really messed that up. 506 Southern.
There we go.
Here in the Keys. You can stumble off of Duval half a block and you're really in this really cute, quaint bar that really pays a lot of attention to our heroes and first responders. So I love it here. It's a great place and great staff. So
so it's a big shout out to, thank you, Jeremy, for letting us crash here before we kind of get things going. Next to Dana. Oh, damn it. I was close. So we'll make up for it. We'll get her on camera. She's gonna make a couple more drinks for us, hopefully here soon.
The best.
But so what do we got here, Jess?
So that's our Naughty Mermaid.
Naughty Mermaid. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually one of our crowd pleasers. It's a hefty pour of Nauti Beach Rum, a little bit of pineapple juice, and blue carousel shaken and served naughty for you. Man,
that's tasty.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
I wish I was drinking that yesterday on the catamaran, sweating my. I jumped into water, and that water was like, I was going to expect a nice cool off, but it wasn't.
No, it's too hot. It's 100 degrees outside.
Everything is hot right now, including this rum.
There you go.
So let's tell the story here. Like we said, we met via the other festival event, right? Through that, and then we ran into each other just so happenly. I didn't realize.
I know we keep doing this.
We just happened to run into each other. So see. I wouldn't say that you're like an unlucky, but you're like a lucky penny.
See? You
thought I was going to go there.
I'm the heads up, penny. I'm the heads up.
And I'm the bottoms up. Well, hold on. Bottoms up in Key West could have a different meaning, so I want to be careful.
He's the bottom up penny. So he's lucky here in Key West is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Anyway, so let's get off of that subject there. But we were taping an episode, part of the Tampa Bay Rum Experience, and I know I didn't get a chance to join. My good friend Nia, a fellow also podcaster, on the episode. I bailed on you guys.
I know.
You guys shamed me.
Yeah.
The Speedo episode that we'll have. Also, apparently, I'm August, Mr.
August.
Right, of the Nauti Beach Men.
The Men of Nauti Beach.
Yeah, so we just got to get 11 more guys.
Yeah, only need 11 more. Otherwise, we're going to have 12 months of Paul.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. My ego's big enough that I'm happy with 12 months of calendar of me.
There you go.
I might just make the calendar myself if you don't.
At this point for Christmas, I'm getting it.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Perfect. All right. So anyway, let's get down to naughty.
Yeah, let's get naughty.
Yes,
for sure.
So you started this. How did you get
labor of love?
Yes. How did you get? Did you know what you're getting into?
I know.
And,
no.
And
I don't think anyone does. I think that if you ask any new brand that has never done this before, they'll tell you that they just thought you produce a product and everyone loves it, and then it's at the bars and restaurants, which is definitely not the case. But we started about. Probably during COVID, my business partner and I and another friend have another business called the Nauti Coconut, and we would bring fresh coconuts to the beaches and special events, weddings, corporate events that would get laser logoed with designs or custom monograms, which eventually just really evolved into more special events. And brides and corporate events were wanting their coconut empty, which makes no sense to me because coconut water is delicious. But then we had an overabundance of coconut water. It's a problem. And we looked at each other and we said, what do we do with all this coconut water? So actually, my business partner, Jen, said to me in a text, do you want to make a rum? And jokingly, I was like, sure, why not? You know, whatever. We sling coconuts, so we might as well make a rum. And that's how the baby was born.
Okay, so that is interesting. One is like you mentioned, it was a half serious, joking, kind of.
It started over a text,
which always seems like a lot of the guests that I have on was like, "Hey, it'd be great if we had our own rum, or something or somehow it was inspired because somebody was maybe in the Caribbean or somewhere where it was like." They have this moment of levity to kind of go and say, "What about this?" But so that's interesting. Can we back up just a little bit about the other part of the company where you're so that
Nauti Coconut.
Nauti Coconut. Okay.
Yeah. So we do over 500 events a year with just literally laser engraving the coconut to say like drums and rums and your logo on the coconut itself, and then it's served as like a cocktail or a refreshing drink at maybe a opening or an event that you were posting or having, and then it really evolved. The wedding seasons out here in Florida are big, so the weddings brides now are putting their signature sip into the coconut, so then they don't want our coconut water, which was in the beginning we're like, we had all this fresh coconut water, what are we going to do? And kind of people say when you have lemons, you make lemonade. So now I'm like, when you have coconut water, you make coconut rum.
There you go. Perfect.
And so we are made with our fresh coconut water.
Okay.
We do use natural coconut water. We're not trying to add anything artificial. We don't add anything artificial. That's probably one of my favorite fun facts is that Jen and I open up these coconuts ourselves, like slave labor, outside with machetes. And really our blood, sweat, and tears is in this product for sure. You can taste it in a good way.
Is your blood blue?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Isn't all of our blood blue?
Tears of a mermaid here,
right?
Yes. All the sweat, blood, and tears went into this.
It is. It's good. It's good. It's a labor of love.
I think it's always if fascinating, I've been to the beach before and a coconut wood washed up on the beach. We're like, all right, let's bust this open. I watched Survivor enough to, and
it's hard to do.
Hopefully not die drinking. Yeah, you're right. It's
so hard.
Cracking it open and to find it. The biggest part is this little,
Yeah, and when you watch these people do it, when you get off a plane, you're going to somewhere exotic and they just, do it so swiftly. Mm-hmm. That is not what it looks like when I do it. So it's more like this horrible death.
If I'm going to go somewhere and somebody's going to slice open a coconut for me with a machete, it better be machete.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo, right?
There you go.
He's the only coconut guy that I want to be
for sure.
Part of our posse.
I need to look into him to see how many coconuts he could hustle for us. I just have one really big arm now. Because I when people are like, no way, you don't open them. I'm like, look at these arms. I'm jacked.
Yeah, that's right. That's why she's sitting on that side. She's showing the right arm.
Just so I can show my guns off.
The left arm is
This is how I open. But I have a really weak left arm. So this is my good side. Jen is good on both sides. So I'm like, you're a hero.
So, okay, that's kind of an interesting, you taking, as you mentioned, jokingly mentioned, but St. Series is about you taking, taking from your coconuts, you got the water out of it to make your product and so forth. So that's so your coconuts are, again, I think we'll take a step back, which we didn't mention, was Florida based.
Yeah,
right?
we are.
You're based in the west coast of Florida, southwest part of the state.
Fort Myers, Florida.
Fort Myers, woman-owned business as well.
We are. We are a certified, believe it or not. That is a huge endeavor. And it's quite funny that you have to prove that you're a woman and a woman to be woman-owned. But I'm flattered and we're humbled to be in the business and just as women and I think that having the certificate means a lot to us, and we're definitely proudly wearing our women-owned business badge.
And Jessica, I think the way you said it, and you kind of had a little pause. I think you were kind of saying is does it make sense to prove that you're a woman-owned business? But I think for those that are listening, and maybe I'm dumbing it down for that probably doesn't need to be explained, but I'll go ahead and explain it anyway. It's not just the fact that looking at you, I can tell you're a woman, and your partner Jen, right? Okay, and I don't know how that inspection goes or whatever.
Yeah.
But
they don't do that.
Yeah, okay. But I think the point is really it's got more to do with a lot of businesses know that if they're a minority business, they make it a woman business on paper only, but not real. And
and they don't have necessary, because it is about the percentage the woman has in the business in order to qualify. And so regardless, any way you slice it, we cover that. So, but it is myself and Jen, both women, and carrying the women's certification proudly. And we do have actually some male ambassadors, and they do a really great job. But, I think to have women just hustling on the streets and, in this business, it's a very male driven. So we kind of just want to bring a naughty, fun spirit to it, not be so sophisticated.
Right. Okay. Well, you never know when you're in Key West. There's always an adventure emergency going on. So
someone passed out already.
I know it's early.
Noon.
It's early.
It's the heat.
Pace yourself,
it's
bro.
The heat. They're not drinking enough coconut water because you know what they need to do is drink this rum, because we actually breaking news. We have our product lab tested, and we do have the electrolytes from the coconut water still remain in our product. Okay. So we're no Pedialyte, but we do have the potassium, the sodium that, electrolytes are good for hydrating. And that's what the coconut water is known for, and how hydrating it is. And really it was used many decades ago, to even be as like a plasma, refill for people in the wars. So coconut water is like
you see so many people drinking, the coconut water or in products that are in the store. Not spirit based, but just the straight up.
And that's why I feel like people will drink this product and say, I didn't even feel like crap the next day. And I was like, hey, you can hydrate while you dehydrate.
Exactly.
It's Florida, 110.
So, and again, I'm not. Here, just to follow where I'm going with this is, but again, this is kind of the key to the product here. It's most people have a really bad experience with rum due to a certain product that we won't say. Yeah. But I think we all probably will know is another coconut product. But that's because it's so heavily sweet in sugar. And that's what gives people those headaches. Is
the added sugar.
Right. And a lot of people that hear about rum, they say, I don't want rum because it gives me headaches because it's based on sugar, or I'm a diabetic, or XYZ. But through the distilling process,
it cooks off. The sugar alcohols are off.
Right. So that's interesting. Is can you talk a little bit about how the distilling process and the coconut water?
So we make the rum first. So we start as a white rum. So we are cane sugar based. white rum. And then once it's distilled, we use a pot still is our method. People have the column still, and we don't go in a barrel. We're not an aged rum. So we make our white rum first, and then it's proofed down essentially with hundreds of gallons of coconut water.
Oh, got it.
That we're literally pouring into the pot, and testing, making sure we hit that
proof.
60 proof. And once we do, and we taste it and blend it all together, and that's magic.
There you go. Magic in a bottle.
There you go. It's that easy.
You make it sound easy.
You could do it at home. That's just all I thought we were going to do. You want to make a rum? Sure. Tonight?
In the bathtub. Get ahead in the bathroom.
Didn't they say like somebody's big brand was made out of a bathtub or a garage or something?
Yeah. Most probably are. So let's jump then to, 60 proof.
Yeah.
Okay,
60 proof.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because we know that there's certain things, and, but I think that from what I've heard you describe before is, it wasn't something that you guys were aiming for to be something overpowering, and maybe a little bit more. Some women that might not be open to trying rum at higher proofs.
Yeah, not so assaulting on the palate, especially because rum does already have that reputation that this is still light and fun and refreshing, like sunshine in a bottle, but it's palatable all by itself. And you don't have to add... you can make a fun fruity cocktail, but you can also just dumb it down very simply with soda water or a Sprite or a water or more coconut water, and it still have all the natural flavor and be tasty. You don't need to add a juice to it to make it palatable.
Have some, because it's flavor in it.
We played with different proofs, and at one point we were looking at a higher proof, maybe 65 or 70, but it did give us a little bit of a burn. When you drink this neat, you don't have that burn at all. And that's probably one of our number one comment is it's so smooth. And so I say it's so smooth, it's naughty, because people are like, this is dangerous. It's so smooth. I don't feel like I'm drinking, any alcohol at all. And I'm like, oh, there's some in here. It will wake you up. When you're getting naughty later. Someone will be like, yeah, too much.
So again, you explained the play on the naughty theme, and I know a lot of folks kind of go one way, but it's more nautical than the other.
We're nautical. We're a beach brand. Being in Florida, kind of encompassing that. We're from, the beach, Southwest Florida. Unfortunately, we are hurricane riddled, and it wiped us out initially. Right when we launched, we had Hurricane Ian, took out a ton of our accounts on the beach, still trying to recover from that. But thankfully, we did get a large on-premise account with Total Wine. They supported us. They allowed us the opportunity to come in, give tastings, and it grew us substantially and throughout this entire state. So while Southwest Florida was gaining it back its treads, we were still able to stay afloat.
Yeah, and I, for those that don't remember, do you believe that was 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
I know a lot of people say,
when we launched,
oh yeah, last year ago. No, that was nearly 2 years ago now.
And it's very sad. I mean, it's still very sad out there. And it was very devastating. And I think also we nurture Key West so much because we obviously got wiped out and we came washed up here in Key West with backpacks on. So Jen and I were talking this morning and I was saying how hot it is and how hot I was yesterday. And she said, well, 2 years ago we were walking the streets with the cooler sweating so bad. I said, yeah, I probably look like a dog. People only took us on because they thought we were going to pass out at the front door. I mean, but they still keep us and they love us. Yes. So. We're grateful.
Especially here at Heroes, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Heroes was this bar. Mama Jo reminded me when I was here hanging that sign up last time, a couple weeks ago. I believe that Heroes was like our second bar here in Key West. So we didn't have to twist our arm too bad.
Yeah. So how many are you places in here in Key West?
We have about 100 bars and restaurants. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And we are on premise in all the statewide Total Wines, and we are also in ABC Liquors, about 47-ish ABC Liquors.
Okay.
And then other independent liquor stores as well. We're making our footprint.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
Well, I think it's, you're covering both grounds here between being in the bars and in the retail space.
Yeah.
Again, there's ABCs, liquor stores all throughout. Total Wine's a national chain. I don't think ABC is. I think it's Florida based.
Florida based.
Right, Florida based. Which is again a big part. Coming back to the Florida product here is there was a few years ago that they passed a law that allowed distilleries to sell their products on premise because they couldn't, right?
Yeah.
But the agreement was that the product had to be made by a certain percentage of Florida products, right? So so it's great that again it
gave a lot of opportunity, right, which is nice. And it's funny because when we started, I felt like there wasn't, when we were doing the research, we looked at distilleries and there wasn't that many. And then now in just 2 years, they're everywhere, which is great. I mean, you can never have too much rum. You can never really have too much liquor. So you can have too much liquor, but
right. So Jack Sparrow said that why is all the rum got? No, there should never should have to say that anymore, right? Because there should be never any more rums gone.
Yes,
right?
we should have plenty. I have plenty. I love it.
So going through the business there, again, just within a few years, 2020 timeframe, you guys kind of started this out, right? And up to this point,
we've been on the shelf now. I think July 4th weekend will be 2 years. Okay. Our 2-year anniversary of our bottle placement. So
very cool. So
we're definitely excited. We're hoping to gain on some more states, next year. It's a lot of work, but we've now, I think, kind of somewhat understand it a little bit better. The first year we were just throwing whatever to the wall to see what stuck, and something did somewhere because we're navigating. So it's been a lot of fun. There's not, people will say, what do you want to be on premise or off premise, like in the liquor stores or in the bars? And I don't know, which way do you start first? I think you just do it all, do everything, and get your name out there. Yeah,
and again, for those that are listening again, because we got a mixed listener group here and viewers, that it's a lot of work. It isn't, as you mentioned. As you mentioned earlier, it was a half joking, serious ask to start a company, start making rum, and then you people to get into it is like a lot of the podcasts, the rum brands we have on, it's all, this is small, right? This is craft. This is Florida based. We've had a lot of other guests that have been on the show. I go out there and see them. I'll try to go out and support when if I'm in the area. I've got a tasting. Give a shout out. I always say just to always tag me and stuff, and I'll always reshare as long because I'm just saying I'm being lazy, right? Just tag me.
Even
so
if
all
you
I
just
have
tag
to
me and I just
add story. That's all I'm asking.
But that's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I think it's important that you support small business in general, no matter if it's a clothing boutique or a growing rum brand. I think if you're out there and putting in the work, it's nice to reward those people.
So that's why I'm really looking forward to the Key West Rum Festival here.
Lots of local brands in
August 14th through the 18th. So we did talk to Neil the other day. We've got a product code there. So I think you get some discount off. Just if you use the product code DRUMS on the website there, you get a little discount, a little helps a little bit. It's going to be fun. Like I said, me catching up with a couple other the guests on the podcast. We definitely got to do something.
I'm excited just to see everyone. Because we get to see people at these events and stuff, and that's fun. But it's also a lot of work. So to come for an elongated 4 days and be with people that are also on the grind and also who just love rum. I like to just sit around and talk, and I appreciate that. So I'm excited. It will be the hottest week in Florida. So get your Speedo bod ready.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about me, okay?
Ready.
Don't you worry about me, okay?
Because it's going to be hot as heck here, but it will be fun. We'll have to hydrate.
So wasn't that a Cisco song? Or is it getting hot in here?
Oh, it's getting hot in here.
Is that a Cisco song?
So
keep it was like 20 years ago. Throw about the
Was it or
reference.
Was it Nelly?
Oh, it was Nelly. That's it.
It was Nelly, and I'm not even the music girl.
Thong Song. That's the other one. They were big songs both at the same time. It's getting hot in here, so I can see your thong. I guess is the name of the song. Whatever. That was Cisco. Thong Song was Cisco.
Okay.
So come down here to karaoke night at the Heroes Bar, right? Yeah. Oh, they don't have karaoke. Okay. Jeremy's gonna sing for us, the owner.
He'll be
maybe. Manager. Oh, okay.
The best manager.
So that's again the reference there. The little post that I put out there, the song that I put in the little clip there is.
Yeah.
So I've known about that song for
now you finally get to use it.
I finally get to use it now.
It is fun.
Song from the 80s. Yes.
I like to put when we do social media stuff, kind of find off the wall things, and people's imagination goes wild with it.
It does,
and that's fun. I like meeting people who are older generation, and they're like, "Oh, honey, this is naughty," and I'm like, "Oh, it's not like that, you guys, but I'm glad you still got it. Good for you." So
speaking
it brings that out in everyone.
You've got any events coming up for Fantasy Fest?
We are constantly in Fantasy Fest here. I will definitely team up with bars and do wildness, debauchery here. It's just a given. I think one year we came out in just tutus, like the little light up tutus, and tie up some shirts and throw rum down everyone's mouth. It's perfect. We fit right in.
So there you go.
I'm going to get you in a tutu and a Speedo.
There you go. It's not that I haven't worn a tutu before. So,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yes. Check out my OnlyFans account, Only Rums.
Yeah.
Yes, that's legit, seriously. I do have the account. I haven't figured out what we're going to do with it just yet, but anyway.
I'm having ideas.
Yes. So you've also got a good list of cocktails here. 1 second. So let me just, this is my, make sure that I'm still recording.
Gotcha.
All right, then we'll clip that. I run such a professional business.
You are.
So, all right. 3, 2, 1. So your cocktail menu there. So talk about some of your cocktails you've got there.
Right now,
other than
we're seasonal. We do,
right.
We have so many. We have a on our website, which is drinknauti.com, NAUTI.com. We try to keep current with all of our seasonal cocktails. This is the Nauti Beach Mermaid. Right now, I'm loving the Nauti Beach Lemonade. So that is our coconut rum with lemonade and some cream coconut shaken up, and it's so refreshing. It is lovely on this hot summer season. That's one of my favorites.
Any particular lemonade?
I mean, I use Publix lemonade.
Publix is Florida, right? Shopping is a pleasure, right?
I like
come on,
that.
Come on, Publix is a Florida brand. Pick
there
them up.
Go,
get in
right?
the public liquor stores.
We're doing a gallon, basically, of the lemonade with a whole bottle of rum, and I use like a cup of that cream coconut and just large batch it, and everybody loves it.
Is this a Coco Lopez?
It can be.
So
it can be.
I've got a whole again. I haven't posted this video, but you know how you're not sure what the expiration date on those things are?
Oh, do you have one?
No, you can actually go to their website, put in the code, and it'll tell you.
It will tell you? But the fact that they don't post it.
I don't. Maybe they drag you to the website.
Yeah, and they know that we're all lazy and we're not going to do it.
Well, I started keeping mine in the freezer.
Okay.
Right. So if I open them up and put it in the freezer, and then I take it out and scoop it out a little bit and then save it, right? So.
Or just large batch a Nauti Beach drink and then dump it all in there.
I guess, yeah. If you just want to use it all in one shot, you do.
There you go. Just do it that way.
Exactly that. So
I like that cocktail. I'm really excited because we're coming out with a spiced rum,
which I've tried already,
and he liked it. So we're getting it.
I kissed the spice and I liked it.
There you go. I'm excited. It's a tropical spiced rum, and I'm excited to use the two together in cocktails.
Yeah.
So kind of just open up the profile and offering kind of people. Some of the guys feel a little demasculated ordering coconut rum. Shame on them. So now they can have the spiced rum and feel manly. And our ladies can also, there you go. And our ladies who like spiced rum and coconut rum together, or not at all, they'll love our product for sure.
So what's the first drink coming up with this combo here? I think it should be called Spicy and Naughty.
Spicy and Naughty. Okay, like a dark and stormy.
Which we can't say.
Oh yeah,
copyright. Copyright.
They're trademarked.
That's right.
One of the only. There's only like 5 drinks that are trademarked.
Yep.
And they are one of them. So we are not making that.
That actually is not a bad. There we go. It's
Well, we will make a spicy and naughty.
Spicy and naughty.
Yes.
There you go. You heard it here first.
There you go. Stay tuned on that. Not our next Instagram reel. That'll be fun. Then put it on your page, your OnlyFans page.
That's right. Spicy naughty.
Spicy naughty.
That's what sometimes I'm called.
It's your nickname.
whatever day. I always change my names. So when is coming out with that?
We're hoping to have this all perfected and launched and on the shelves after Labor Day, or really like for Labor Day.
Is it possible?
It's a labor of love.
Is it possible that you may have a little underneath the table at the tasting at the Key West Rum Fest?
But you have to. We're gonna do it like a speakeasy. You have to know the code, the special password.
Well, that's
so then the password, right, will be something like inappropriate for sure, and then people have to come up and awkwardly ask us for it, and they're like, "Oh, you mean the spice rum?"
Oh, okay.
That okay.
Is
and
that
then just smuggle it.
Yeah.
Of course. I think that it will be a little preview.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the rum tasting events that I've been to, they have. Everyone has something under the table, right? And I think even at the Tampa Bay Rum Experience, there was a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
They had some folks had, Down Island spirits, Mike, they've always got something.
Yeah, they're trying it out. And I think that I say like, oh, I'm so glad other people like the product because I like it, but my palate is very different than yours. So, in order to be successful, we need a lot more people other than me to like it. So when you are kind of brainstorming and playing with different recipes, I do agree. You should kind of smuggle it backdoor to people and say, what are your thoughts and honest opinion? Like, tell me what you don't like about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And what you do like about it and how we can enhance it, because we want to be something that the majority of people like. Right.
And I know the Florida Rum Society, they have a lot of that with some of their I don't know if it's the VIP member or whatever you want to, whatever it is, but there is certain that they do have some barrel tastings that they do, and they'll have certain the members take some things out, and then they go work with the different brands and distillers. But yeah, no, that's definitely a great way to kind of go about it. Is get somebody kind of unaltered opinion or thoughts or input, right?
Yeah.
Your target audience, right? You're at a rum,
the consumer.
You're at
a
rum festival. That's exactly who you want to give your feedback.
Yeah,
from,
we want them to try it, love it, and get excited about it, and also, feel invested in it too. Oh, I tried that and I hated it, so let me see if I still hate it. Because I'll go back and fix it. I think Jen and I both are very OCD. So it's always, perfection is something that we strive for and don't necessarily always want to get better. We always want to be and do better. So, we're constantly perfecting the brand, the juice.
So the spiced is going to be 70
proof. We're hitting it up, kicking it up a notch.
Okay.
Or sometimes, what is the Chris from Knox and Dunn? He says, I'm kicking it up a notch.
Yeah.
So we're just making ours a little spicy.
There you go. All right.
Turning up the heat.
Yes. So maybe that's what we got to work on some cross. Like I said, when we come back down here, Chris is a good friend of mine. He lives in the same town as I do.
Yeah.
Here in Florida, I think there's a lot of great cross promoting. I think that's a great thing. Like I think at the Tampa Bay Rum Experience, there was the little coffee guy.
Yeah.
And like Cafecita. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name.
He was. I know he was right by Reef Rum.
Yep, right. And then Lara Marietta was making some espresso
martinis.
And it was like, hey, I says, why don't you bring your product over there? Do a little bit of everybody kind of get a little cross branding stuff. And there's nothing wrong with it, But Chris, to that point, Chris from Knox and Dunn, he does that a lot. He'll go to those festivals like, hey, let's try this and let's try that.
Love him for that.
Yeah. So Chris is really good.
He is really a great promoter of his own product, but incorporating other brands and making sure everyone is successful.
And I've been to a few events with him, and it's brilliant. I think we're going to do we've got a ticket giveaway on the other show that I do for Sammy Hagar show and Lover Boy in next month. And I think they might be the sponsor giveaway. But we'll go to events. Him and I have gone to events, and he'll do tastings out in the parking lot doing tailgating.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant, right?
Of course.
So you can get people to check out stuff. So, all right. So, so you got these products here. Your ABC Liquors, Total Wines. You got in bars here in, Southwest Florida, Keys, so forth, and I've even seen the bottle actually sitting on the shelf in a place over near my house.
Great.
So so great product placement. So you definitely are,
We're getting out
You're
there.
getting out there.
We're getting around.
Yeah. Oh, she just sets them up, and I just don't know how to do I lay into it or I kind of back off.
We're classy. Okay.
So
we're what is it? We're flirty.
Oh, flirty.
That's how we're a flirty
but
brand.
Fun. You're flirty
but
and
fun.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
So, Jess, so so you've got the products there, and you're going through. And what other events besides Key West you got coming up?
We're just anyone want us to come, we'll do it. No, we do anything. I mean, I think that if there's an opportunity and we're available, we're trying to get our name out there as much as possible. We're doing a lot of local events in the Southwest Florida area. And then we do pop-ups at all of our bars. Any opportunity we can come in and sample it and encourage sales. I think that the bars enjoy that. And also we like to meet everyone.
Yeah.
And I love, tasting it to people who are like, I don't even like rum and I love this. So I'm like, all right, here we go. We've converted her.
It seems like, the coconut rum space seems to be a real fast growing area, right? There's quite a few other than the one that we mentioned that's heavily been out there forever and ever. But it's really cool to see a lot of that. Because like you said, there's coconut water involved. There's a lot of freshness in this part of it.
Well, I think people are looking for a change.
Yeah.
So we're here to fulfill that for you.
Oh, excellent. All right. So, all right, Jess, I know you are big fan of the podcast. You listen to every episode here. So you ready for the rapid fire?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So.
No, all right, but here we go.
All right, first thing that comes to mind now. Don't overthink these questions here. Okay, so, all right, so this is in 4 sips or less. Question number 1. Oh, there you go. What do you drink? What are you drinking there, by the way?
Nauti Beach and Sprite.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I know.
So, in 4 sips or less, neat or on ice?
Neat.
Okay. Okay. All right. You got made it for the first one. All right. So, in 4 sips or less, what's one challenge about being a woman-owned business?
Being taken seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
So I feel like that's been a tough part, but we're getting there. Yeah. I think that when people get down and we're having these conversations, they're like, oh, they do know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. This is a good product.
Right.
There is, they stand behind it and they're working hard. So.
Right. And I think that's the part you said that you jokingly said is tongue in cheek was you guys are OCD.
Yeah.
And a big thing that, I talk a lot about, one of my partners, their distributor is, it's got to, talking to brands about the bottle's got to jump off the shelf, right? Mm-hmm. And I know some people kind of this whole thing about rum. It's like, oh, it's pirates or it's tiki or it's overly. But I said, the more I talk to obviously companies and brands and the businesses, it's hard to hard. I said you got to understand it from that perspective too. Why the decisions to do this? If the bottle can jump off the shelf. And it makes you buy it. Hopefully, when I'm a consumer, I'm happy with this. Oh, I caught my eye. It was a little flashy, catchy. And then I bought it and I'm pleasantly surprised. Yeah. I've never heard of these guys before. Okay, it's
my one I get a lot and I laugh about is it's actually good. I'm like, thanks.
I'm actually thanks. Yeah.
Maybe. So I was like, okay. I mean, I'll take it.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So, question number 3. In 4 sips or less, how naughty is too naughty?
Oh, you have to ask Jen. She's the naughtiest. And I'm just playful. I think it's however you want. It's relative to each person independently.
Okay.
Nauti Beach is supposed to be a place that you can go and be free.
That's right. You were telling me about this place
everyone goes to. People are like, I've been there. I'm like, have you? Good for you. But we wanted it. We created it to be a place that you can go and live your most authentic life. You can be whatever, do whatever, say whatever, and kind of just, there's no judgment. Mm-hmm. People are just sitting around drinking their rum, having fun.
There you go. Sitting around, drinking rum, having fun.
There you go. That's what life should be.
That's it. All right, last question here. In 4 sips or less, and it's not necessary that involves your product, but what's your favorite cocktail?
I mean, it depends on what I'm doing, but I'm a daiquiri snob.
OG?
OG. I love a good, just basic rum daiquiri. Made it in a nice, like, what is that? A coupe?
Coupe.
Coupe class, you know, kind of snobby, but very simple. I love that.
Are you a pinky out girl?
Of course, all the time. And that's my favorite. I like that. At least right now. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's one of the hardest drinks to make. Actually,
is it?
Right? It's that
would be probably why I guess I would be snobby, because I'm like, oh, this is not good.
It's because people say it's you can't hide behind 3 ingredients, right? Or the best one is I think somebody just heard a challenge.
She's like, I don't know.
She's like, so. Here comes.
I like a good rum daiquiri with a nice aged rum too. I mean, or I of course love it with our coconut rum. But
yes, so I think we're gonna get a professional opinion here. So,
what's up, guys?
Hey,
do you guys need a drink?
Always.
Sure. Do you want to make a daiquiri?
We don't have frozen drinks.
No, it's not frozen.
Oh, sure.
Okay, there you go.
The stuff to make it.
Lime juice.
What's in it? We might have
We'll edit this part.
Yeah.
So 3 ingredients: the rum, lime juice, fresh lime juice if you got it,
okay,
and then simple syrup.
Oh, okay.
Shaken like real hard, like a martini, and then poured in, strained. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So.
Cool.
Stay tuned. We'll have one of those. No. I know most people do. They're like, we don't have a blender. I'm like, not that.
The blender's broken.
Yeah, no,
So.
like, this is easy.
So.
Okay. Gotcha.
The bartender's favorite daiquiri.
Yes.
So is
the
rum,
Yep.
the lime juice,
Yep.
and simple syrup?
There
You got it.
There you go.
Awesome.
We're making it.
All right, here we go.
And that's just it? Like,
Yeah, we'll have 2 of those.
Okay.
The pressure is on, girl.
We're not watching or anything.
I know. No one's watching.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. You
Yeah.
can't see it.
Yeah, we're not judging or anything. All right, so there
great.
he goes. So the daiquiri, okay. The
Almost drank my microphone. I just
remember, drink the rum,
4 sips
eat
or
the
less.
microphone.
I know. 4 sips or less. I also just took a sip every time you asked me. So I felt like, oh, okay, I guess that's a reason to drink.
We actually did that episode with for one of the guests that was on the Tampa Bay Rum Experience, and it was like more like that Hot Ones show.
Yeah.
We did something very similar with Nee and I had done that. So we're like, hey, all right, let's try this now. Try this and kind of again. So,
Yeah. People like that.
Yeah.
So
So
I like hot. What was that?
Hot Ones. Yeah,
But it was like a fuego Dorito or something,
Oh,
and as soon as you put it in your mouth, you'd light on fire.
yes, the 1 chip challenge.
Yeah.
It's the 1 chip challenge.
Die.
Yes,
One
yes.
chip and die.
Yes. So we
No,
had
thank you.
we had in why am I drawing a blank now? I'm getting distracted because drinks are being made right now. So
Okay, here we go.
there we go.
Smells good. Smells
that's-
refreshing.
It smells naughty.
It's good. It's tart. It tastes like the Keys.
It's got the right pucker.
Yeah,
Right.
it has the pucker for sure,
Yeah.
which is what I like. I'm a tart person, not a
Did
sweet
you try
person.
it?
There's some cooties for you. Yeah, because it's key lime. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the key lime. Right.
She's like, this is not her favorite drink.
It should get you right there.
Key lime. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so smooth. It's naughty.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, Jeremy? Yeah.
Right.
This was your first try. You did great.
Right. And it is right. It is that's where it is a tough drink to make. Of course, it's not a drink you're
balance.
going to go into and order. Right. In
Here.
in a certain right, or a place that's more of a beer and the typical. It's easier drinks. I've gone into right, and I'll ask just to be an asshole, and I say, hey, can I have a daiquiri? The machine, we don't have the machine, or it's broken, or whatever.
Yeah.
I go, no. I said it's a daiquiri is just 3 ingredients. You don't use any of the goop stuff. You make your blender. It's and a lot of people learn, but they probably didn't go to actually, bartending.
It's crazy. Whenever experimenting with new stuff, it always takes a couple tries.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the fun part about bartending. It's
Yep.
like you always like find a way to like make it just right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes like you can doctor it to make it how like someone else wants it or
Right.
whatever, you know what I mean? So,
And there is like a Hemingway daiquiri too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
yeah,
So,
daiquiris
yeah.
too, like there's all types.
Yep.
So it's just like you're like frozen.
Yeah.
We don't have the creamer stuff. We don't
No,
have
you don't want that either.
yeah,
yeah.
Just another machine to break.
yeah, right. And clean up, right?
Yeah.
That's just it, right? To have to mess with it. So, all right. Well, so you made it through. So OG daiquiri is
There
your
it is.
favorite.
It
There,
is my
So,
favorite.
All right. So, so Jessica had a great time. So again, what do you want
Thanks.
folks to check out? Look at the camera. Shameless plugs there. Everything you want to say. Check out and subscribe and all,
All
those other
right.
things.
Like us on all social media. So it's Drink Nauti everywhere. DrinkNauti.com. Drink Nauti is our handles. Ask every bar you go to if they carry Nauti Beach Rum because they're silly if they don't. And if the more people that ask for it, then they're like, okay, we've got to get this. It must be great. So we honestly, we appreciate the support. So I follow us, like us, see how we're growing and follow along on the journey.
All right.
Thank you.
So follow them on their naughty journey.
Yes. It gets real naughty sometimes. We don't post those.
So again, she just sets up the softballs and I'm trying to hold back. And,
Hitting a home run.
She's trying to drag me down into an area that I'm trying to be good about. So.
I know. We'll keep it PG for the podcast,
Yeah.
but follow along. Find out for yourself.
That's right. Check it. Join us over on our Patreon page.
There you go. At OnlyFans. Only Rums.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans. There you go. She's our the
That's
bartender's
what
like
she's
holding it up,
yes.
like yeah. So
All right. So Jack, thanks Jessica for being a guest today here. So
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It's always a pleasure.
We finally get it caught up. So we never know where we're gonna run into.
I
each
know.
other, right?
I'll see. We'll see you next weekend. I don't know where you'll be, but I will be there
Well,
too.
whatever it is if I just
I will find you.
If I just think of you, you'll.
There you go.
Wait a minute. That well, okay. That
Listen, be careful what
so-
you wish for. It is not all raindrops and roses over here.
So don't forget to check out Drums and Rums podcast on all the socials as well too. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, follow, YouTube, like, all those things. Those reviews and ratings are important, so don't forget to do those kinds of things. Again, we support all the Florida bands. We're big Florida supporters on also some of the other shows we do too, like Riffs and Rhythms, MVP Lifestyles. Again, I've got a whole lot of other shows and content. I guess the creativity doesn't stop, unfortunately, for me, and I can't turn it off. But definitely check it out there.
Awesome.
So thanks again for tuning into this episode and listening to this episode of the podcast. She's the heads and I'm the tails.
There you go.
So have a great day. Cheers,
Thank
cheers,
you.
everyone.